Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle Budgeting. My name is Brandy, and I am a cash budgeter predominantly. I do credit card rewards and things like that. So just a few housekeeping. This is the first time I'm filming in my office space, so I'm not sure how the sound's going to reverberate. And I do have a fan running behind me because I am on the 4th floor and it is hot up here. So in order to be comfortable, I do have a fan going. The other thing is, this is the budget for my first paycheck in April. Haven't done a budget for a little bit, but I wanted to do it because I had a request from a couple people actually to do a budget from a beginner point of view. So the reason I never film them this way is because majority of the people that I normally talk to on my channel have either been trying it for a little while or aren't necessarily brand new to the concept. I wasn't, for some reason my channel wasn't getting pushed out to those people that are brand new into cash budgeting. But recently my channel's been kind of hitting more people that are brand new to it, or maybe just have never seen how I personally do it, because I do a budget by paycheck slightly different than some of the other people. A lot of people, if they have a miracle month, which is their biweekly is 3 paychecks, or if their weekly is 5 paychecks, they actually will budget everything into their normal paychecks and then they have a free paycheck. I don't do it that way. I do it a little bit differently. March was a miracle month, and if we look back at March, I didn't even budget this one. It's sitting there. So for those of you that may be new to my channel, I actually don't budget fresh in here. I have like a template that I budget in, and then I move it over here when I film. So I never even moved it over here because I didn't film, I didn't move it. But if you look at this one, I had 3 this month, and I actually didn't split the bills 2 ways and then have a free one. I split the bills 3 ways. So every 2 weeks, whatever falls into that is in there. So if we look at April, my paycheck is actually on the 14th. And I get paid the 13th because I bank with USAA. In case you've never been here before, I bank with USAA, and we do get paid early, typically 1 day, sometimes rarely 2, but it's usually 1 day early. So how I let myself know what bills need to be paid, the first day of bills that need to be paid is 4/14, and this paycheck would pay all the bills through 4/27 because I actually get paid on 4/28. So this is the portion that this has to cover. So 4/14 through 4/27. Again, if you're new to my channel, I cannot give my income. I actually have a non-disclosure agreement with my employer, so I can't show my income. I can't even like show what's left because that would allow someone to, and I could actually be sued. So again, in case you're new, I am a licensed insurance agent, and in the insurance industry, we typically have non-compete agreements and we typically have non-disclosure agreements. I do have that, so I can't show my pay. And I also don't show 100% of everything I do with my budget here, because if I were to do that, then I would be breaking my non-disclosure. So I actually leave money in my account, which could be considered rollover or something similar. And then I also put money in my digital savings every single week that varies every single paycheck, because that's how I stay on the up and up and don't get in trouble with my employer. So I have my cheat sheet off to the side, and so we're going to leave this portion blank because I can't do anything with that anyways, so the income portion is going to stay blank. So now we are in bills, and I apologize. I'm just getting used to this new setup, so you're probably going to see me fidget a little bit because I'm actually filming on a desk that is permanent. I can leave my camera here, and so I still got to kind of figure out how I want to do that. So every single paycheck, I give my husband $100. So my husband and I have been together for 23 years this year and married for 20 this year, and we do not budget together. We have never budgeted together. It actually works really well for us, and we have no fights about money. We kick in where needed without being told, or if asked because we didn't know, we just do it without any issue, and so we do get along really well not budgeting together. However, my husband actually pays a little bit more of the bills than I do. So even though like we split them up, when we originally split them up, we were equal, and as bills got paid off, car payments and things, I am paying less than him. So I give him $100, and he still actually, I think, pays more even with the $100 every paycheck, but he doesn't want any more. He likes that I'm saving and doing things for the family. So we're leaving it like that. I actually just remarketed my car insurance. If your credit score has gone up and you're in a state that goes by your credit score, I'm in Michigan, your credit score is allowed to be used against you with your insurance. My credit score went up approximately 100 points, and so now I am paying a lot less in insurance. In fact, if I compare to 2020, I'm paying almost $200 less a month. That's how much it costs to be poor with bad credit in Michigan, because they charge you for that. So now my insurance is $105 per check. It's actually only $206 per month, but I split it out and I had just a little bit of extra in case we have an endorsement or whatever, and it just builds a little bit of nest egg in there. I am in charge of the cell phone as well, and our cell is about $230 because I just got a new Apple Watch, so it's about $230 a month. So I do $115 per check. And then I only have 4 credit cards due this paycheck, and 3 of them are long-term, going to take a while to pay off. 1 will be paid off this month at the end of the month. So we have Discover. This is interest-free right now. So I am paying well above the minimum, but I am not paying it off yet because it's 0 interest. BlockFi is not 0 interest. So this will become my priority in the next month or so because I'm paying off all my small balances right now, and BlockFi is actually a business expense on a personal credit card, so I want to use part of my business income to pay that off. So BlockFi is $110, and then PenFed is what I call it. What is that? Pentagon Federal Credit Union. I don't know why, I just forgot that. I have a 0 interest card with PenFed, and this is another one that will be paid back long term because and actually on Discover and PenFed also has business debt, but it's 0 interest, so I'm not concentrating on anything I'm paying interest on is what I want to concentrate on. So PenFed's minimum is actually about 40 or 50 if I remember correctly, and I'm paying 90 per check. So I'm paying more than due, but I'm not paying it off because it's 0 interest. And then the only one I have that is like a current one is Bloomingdale's. This is a bill from last month. If you don't use your cards, they actually will cancel due to inactivity. So in my case, I actually just had one. It's actually kind of humorous. ABC Warehouse. We needed a washer, or we thought we needed a washer, probably, well, actually I know for a fact it was a year ago. So I applied and was approved for the ABC Warehouse. Our washer ended up not being broken. So I never went and purchased anything because I'm not going to purchase something if I don't need something. And recently they closed the card for inactivity. And quite honestly, I'm okay with it because I never even used it. It was only $1,000 limit and it had high interest. So I'm honestly not mad at it. I just wanted to use it for the 0 interest specials that they had. So the one I'm referring to that is current is Bloomingdale's. It hadn't been used in a while, so I needed to use it to prevent it from going to inactivity. And that one has a larger balance, or not balance, excuse me, a larger available credit. So I did want to use that before it went bad. So that one is $29. That one only has a $50 balance. So actually this month using my Snowball, this will be paid off, as will a couple other ones. So this time our total is $624 in bills. And again, I can't do my leftover because that would violate my non-disclosure agreement. In case you didn't watch my videos last month, I talked about how in April and May, I'm going to do very minimum cash envelopes and sinking funds because I'm actually going to do as much as I can towards my tax debt and towards my credit card debt. So this one we have food, gas, dining. Normally I would have spending, but we're not putting anything in spending. Miscellaneous, beauty, Sam's, that's Sam's Club. Normally I would have pets, but I'm not putting anything in pets this month. Subs for subscriptions, those are annual subscriptions. And medical would normally be here, but I'm not putting anything in medical. So for food, we are doing $150. And again, in case you haven't been here, my 21-year-old son moved back home for a couple months to save to move into his new apartment. And in that aspect, he is chipping in on food since he's eating there, and he pays $25 a week every 2 weeks. So this will end up being a little bit higher, but not by much. But my husband and I are paid on opposite paydays, and we actually both shop on our payday. One of the things that I find I probably get the #1 most questions for is food, gas, things like that. how I determine that amount, or how I make sure, especially with inflation going up and gas going up and all that, how do I figure out the amount that I'm doing? And one of the ways that I personally did is I actually moved up to 200 and I had money left every single paycheck. I had money left, so I moved it back down to 150. And then gas, I live and work very close to my house. My house is, let me think, my day job is, I think, 4 miles from my house. It's about an 8-minute round trip. My office is about 8 miles, and it's probably a 15-minute round trip, maybe less, I'm not sure. So I don't drive like some people, like in the past when I've had large commutes, I've driven really long distances, and I don't do that now. So that's how I'm able to. Food, I actually use Ibotta, I use Fetch. We use like Meijer and Kroger rewards and coupons, and we shop by what's on sale. So I don't just make a list and then go buy it. I actually go check all the ads and see what's on sale, and that's what I buy that paycheck. I actually do not even invest in anything that's not on sale unless it's just a supreme example, like a birthday dinner or something like that. So food was $150, and this is for 1 week. My husband next week will pay his portion. So every 2 weeks we both shop. So every single week someone's putting food in the house. In fact, that's one of the questions I usually get is, how do you guys live on $150 for 2 weeks? Well, we couldn't. Not for a family of, currently is a family of 6, normally is a family of 5 in the house, and that would never work. But because we both shop, that's how we make that successful. Gas, I do $50, and this is not in cash actually. This is digital. I actually transfer it over to my business account and use my business credit cards because that builds credit and allows me to raise my credit score while building credit with creditors. So, and then dining, I think I did 20. I did 20 for dining. This is like my lunch hour dining out. That's not for family or anything. Miscellaneous, I always do 10. Lately, that's been going to either tips for my nails or tips for dining. I just feel like that's all I'm using it for anymore. Beauty is 80, and that's pretty much always 80. And Sam's is 50, pretty much always 50. I did do some Sam shopping this week or last week, but I didn't actually spend my entire, like usually I do a bulk trip every quarter or so. I only spent $100 and kind of got some hot button items we needed. So I'm actually going to end up doing a Sam's Club trip pretty soon. And then subs is 60, and that total is 420. So if we go up to sinking funds, again, it doesn't have everything I normally would have. So for example, normally I would have kids in school and an envelope for me, and none of those are getting anything. So the first one we have is clothing, 20. We have auto or car expenses and car tags. That's for our registration with the state in order to be legal. And auto is getting 40 and tags are getting 10. Tags is expense in the household that I'm responsible for. They're not very expensive. They're only $253 a year for 2 vehicles. So that's something I am responsible for. And then, sorry, I just have to keep checking to make sure that I'm still in the viewfinder. Next, we have home. This is for anything. It could be buying something for the home. It could be saving for home expense. There's anything you can think of that has to do with the home can go there, and that is 20. And these are all cash. Let's see, home we have 20 anniversary. This year is our 20th anniversary, and we are going to go stay at a hotel, we think, and get a nice surf and turf dinner, and that is $20. Birthday and gifts. So birthday is for all the birthdays for our immediate family, ourselves, our kids, our grandkids, and that is $80 every single check. And then gifts is for gifts outside, whether it be a wedding, a birthday, anybody outside the family, that's what that's for. So 80 for birthday and 20 for gifts. Next, I have annual fees. I actually have one credit card left. I've closed all my annual fee credit cards except for my Amex Platinum. This is a Delta Sky Miles Platinum. And that one has a pretty high annual fee. It's because they give you a literal free companion ticket. So you're getting a free ticket for that. So it all balances, it all works as long as you're traveling. And so we are using ours for Texas this year, and annual fees, I am doing $15. I just need to have 285 by September. Zoo and passports would normally get money here. It's not getting anything. Zoo is for our trip to Texas. We love our zoo family, and so we like going. And then passports is a very long-term savings goal. So that's put on the back burner for these 2 months that I'm paying off debt. Also in this would also be Thanksgiving and Santa, and both of those are going to be held off until June. But I am still contributing to vacation and holidays. So that's 60 and 25. And that totals 310. So the next category is extra debt. That's actually, this won't all be debt, and I'll show you how. So if you're new here, I do owe Social Security from when I was disabled for approximately 3 years. I owe them a past due balance. I actually just heard, for any of you that's been following, originally they said I owed $10,000. They've now dropped it down to $6,000, and we have it on a payment plan of $75 per month. Then taxes, I owe federal taxes this year, and actually not due to my business. It's due to my day job. My W-2 didn't get filled out, or W-4 didn't get filled out correctly, and it was caught, but we didn't go back and revisit it, so all year I didn't pay enough taxes there. So I'm paying $300 per month, and I'll end up paying $17.97 total. And then Snowball is $75, and that's because so much went to taxes. So that's 75. And then just for the first couple months, I'm actually in my suite. I am actually contributing a high amount to business because I want to build a little nest egg. I'm doing $225. And this is mainly because I'm still in the stage of my business that I'm reinvesting everything I make. So I'm reinvesting in stock, I'm reinvesting in equipment, I'm reinvesting in having a storefront. All of it's being reinvested. And some months are really amazing and there's plenty of money for everything. And then other times there's a week or two within a month that maybe doesn't get the same amount of sales. As we all know, retail is very varied and very varied. Varies greatly, and so it's definitely something I want to create a cushion. I'm not transferring this to my business just yet. Actually, what I'm going to do is put this at the bank. I have a business account. I have a personal account there that I don't use on a daily basis, and I'm actually going to store this there so that if it's not needed, it can sit there for a little while, and then eventually to just go to my savings if it's not needed. It's just as a cushion or a boundary. And then lastly, normally I contribute savings of at least $100. I'm actually not going to in April. I'm going to leave April completely off because I do have my $1,000 emergency fund. And then starting in May, I will go back to contributing. So the total in the extra debt category is $675. So that is my budget for April. If you're reviewing this and you have any questions, just post below. Now that I have the office to work in, I can sit and respond to comments and not have kids interrupting me and things like that. I plan on getting a lot better in responding to my comments. In fact, after I film this, I'm going to sit for an hour and just respond to comments. It's something that I've never liked about my channel. I tend to, either because of my disease or, in getting sick and having flare-ups, or because of kids or whatever, I've never been consistent in responding, and I've never liked that. I read them all because they come into my email and I see them and I want to go respond, and there's always just things going on. So I want to take time at least every couple days and respond to comments now that I have a space to do that. So I think that's it for this video. I hope that if you like this video, you will like, share, subscribe. Make sure to ring the bell for notifications. I rarely upload at the same time on the same day every week. So if you do not subscribe and click notifications, you will miss videos. I will be posting my cash stuffing later this week, and I think that's it. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day and enjoy your week, guys. Good luck.